heard when coronavirus has come? They are saying that only God can do what man can do. Only God is keeping you and I safe. And we are just making life safe for you. I want to turn our Bibles to the book of 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 4. Verse 8 says, bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is more profitable unto all things, having the promise of the life that is now and of that which is to come. Hallelujah. So his physical training is good, but spiritual exercise is more profitable. For it promises a reward for the life that we are living now and the life that we live after. If that's the case, it means bodily exercise only gives us a little reward for the life that we live now. And when it says bodily exercise is good and spiritual exercise is far better, it means there is some use of bodily exercise. And I want us to talk about bodily exercise first and talk about it just for a while. I want us to talk about the spiritual exercise more, since the Bible says that one profits more. And when it comes to bodily exercise, I know we all are going short of that, except Leonard. How many of us did some exercise this week that passed? Some running. What did we do? Watch, please. How many of us did some physical exercise? We constantly do physical exercise as much as we constantly eat. Hallelujah. Bodily exercise is profitable. And how profitable it is. Our bodies need to be kept fit for the work of God to be done, because our bodies are the temples of the Holy Ghost. Our body carries the Holy Ghost. You see how carries the Holy Ghost, and then we need to keep the body fit in order for us to do the work that God has called us to do. Another translation says going to the gym is good. And going to the gym is good for your physical body. You know, the Bible makes us to understand that we have to make good use of our youthful age, because our youthful age has a lot of strength with which we can use to do God's work. And for you to exercise that strength to the best, you need to be active. If you're a young man here and if they ask us to run 100 meters now, I'm sure most of us will collapse in the next 20 or 50 meters. You know, but if you have tried that before, you should try it once in a while. Try to see if you can take a long run. You will not make it. I'm honest with you. If you are not used to it, you won't make it, and it somehow affects your daily life. You don't have to wait until you go to the hospital after the doctor has taken all your money. Now he tells you to go and do some running in the morning and running in the evening. It's not necessary. You don't have to go after the doctor has taken all your money and he tells you to take bed rest. You don't have to go after the doctor has taken all your money, then he tells you how to eat good food. Because all those things will help to keep you and I healthy. And if you have to do God's work, the singers will tell you that they have to avoid eating certain kind of meals in order to keep their voice appropriate. Please fine. The singers will tell you that they have to keep their voice up to date, and for that to happen, they need to avoid eating certain things and so on. So, my concern for you first this morning is we should be active physically. You should be physically active because it helps you to stay healthy and to fight against certain kind of sicknesses that we suffer from. Paul was telling Timothy, what did he tell him? He said, learn to drink a little bit of wine, not alcoholic wine. He says that is good for your health, because many times you come for us for prayers, which means sometimes our sickness is as a result of malnutrition or bad feeding, and we are disturbing God to help us about something that appropriate eating habits could have helped you, or your malaria is as a result of laziness, and your joints are all paining you, and so on and so forth, and you're forced to go to the hospital trying to get some drugs to feel better, when you could do some exercise and you will not fall into that trap. So bodily exercise profits. If the Bible says something profits, then we should take it serious. And I will encourage you that you all set up something for that for yourself. You can make it twice a week or thrice a week. Just get up, pick a run. Do it for yourself. Do it for your health, because you need this body to do whatever your spirit is going to do. God is using your spirit to be blessing to the world, but your spirit will not operate if you are dead. The spirit cannot operate in the air. Your spirit must be in a body for it to work. And if you have to do that, your body has to be up to date, has to be active. If you were told to sing for 2 hours, somebody like me, I can sing for 5 hours because I've been practicing a lot. I don't know how many of us will be able to do that, to sing for 5 hours, to sing for 7 days a week without saying your voice is finished. You understand? So there is a necessity that in whatever thing God has called you to do, you should understand that your body needs to be healthy to do it. And you have to work out your body with every seriousness that you can, to make sure that you're physically fit, you can sustain even the coronavirus, or how they call it, if you are working your body so hard. You understand? But now I want us to see what profits again further, because we are on a serious topic talking about how to choose your careers in life and how to become important to humanity. And it helps both of us who are still going to school, because some of us, it was after 5-10 years that we decided to do something that was going to be useful. And some people cried a lot that somebody said, Pastor, I've been in Canada for 8 years, I've spent a lot of money on school fees, and it's just after 8 years that I realized that if I had done this thing, I would be far off than where I am today. So it's important to you still going to school, you who have not even gone to school yet, to understand how to pick your careers in life, how to make choices in life that will be beneficial both to you in the life now and in the life to come after. Because the scripture is telling us here that spiritual exercise is beneficial to us in 2 ways. First, it will profit us now as we live on earth, and it will profit us in the life to come after. I don't know how many people make choices in life thinking about those two things. All the choices we make in life most times has to do with what we are getting out of it instantly. But we have to go beyond that. And as Christians, our job is to transform our mind and think the way God wants us to think. The people of the world who do not know God will just think about what they can do to achieve what they can achieve now. But when you become a Christian, you understand that my job is to stop thinking like any other person and think the way God wants me to think. And God is telling you now that your job is to do spiritual exercise more, because it's going to profit you now and the life after. This training, sometimes I was traveling with somebody the other day, and because we stopped at the filling station, the person asked the question and the guy filling the fuels didn't respond appropriately. So the driver, the person who had the car, got angry and drove off and didn't take fuel, hoping to take in the next filling station. When we got to the next filling station, it was closed. So we're driving the car on a reserve, and before we got to where we're going, the fuel got finished. So we had to spend 2 hours now for fuel to reach us before we continue. Just because for 1 second you're unable to control your anger or your whatever it was. So there is a tendency for us human beings to know how to train ourselves in the spirit. Your anger is not a physical management something. It has to do with something beyond the physical. Before coming to the physical, you have to learn how to control the way you think, control the way you want to react to situations, because God says you need all these things to become spiritually fit, to do what He has called you to do. So in choosing my careers in life, I will not only choose the things that are physically beneficial to people, I have to choose the things that will be spiritually beneficial to people. Because physical beneficial exercise, they are good. But the Bible says something is more important, and it will make no sense for you to go for something that is less important than for something that is more important. When Jesus was preaching, he went off on the other side of the river. When the people came to him, he told them, "You're coming to me because I fed you yesterday." He says, "Why did you take this so much energy to walk across the river to come and see me simply because of food?" He says, "You are working so hard for a food that will perish." We work so hard for things that will perish. We work so hard for the things of this world that will pass away with the world. But we have given all our energy to it. And why is that? It's because the devil has managed to manipulate our minds to thinking that all these things are so important. That is why. The Bible says when the thief comes into a house, what he does is he will catch the person who has power. Immediately he ties that person, every other person becomes weak. Immediately David killed Goliath, all the Philistines left. If all the Philistines put themselves together, they should have killed David. He's a small boy. But immediately they killed their giant, they all walked away. So when the devil comes into your life, what do you think he attacks first? He attacks your mind, the way you think. If he makes you to think like a madman, you start eating mad food. If he makes you to think that your ideas are not important, you start feeling low about yourself. If he makes you to think that you never make it in life, you start being around people who don't make it in life because you see that's a group of people. But that is what the devil does. There are things that he does to people when they are small and the people just change for the rest of their life. If he violates a child when the child is small, the child might grow up thinking I'm useless. Because what? When the devil comes into your life, he goes for one thing first. He hits your mind, changes the way you should think, and you start thinking like everybody in the world. How do people in the world think? If you read something in 1 John chapter 2, the Bible says, "Love not the world, neither the things in the world, because those who love the world cannot love God." Those are two opposite things. He says, those who love the world cannot love God because the world has what? Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. And all these things are not of God. Everything that is so sweet in the world has nothing to do with God. And he says, the world pass away and there everything inside will pass away. But those who do the will of God will last forever. So, if the devil managed to make you to think that it is the world that is important, that is how your life becomes useless and your life becomes restless. But God comes to transform our minds to tell us that those who do the will of God will last forever. So now, what is the will of God in the choices that we make? That is the question that helps us to guide the career. Once the devil attacks your mind and tells you that money is the most important thing, what happens? You start working hard just to make money. Because the devil has already told you that money is the most important thing. So now sometimes you would even sell permanent things that money cannot afford to take temporary things that money can afford. Let me explain that to you again. Human beings are the most precious creations of God. No matter how much the whites and all the technicians and the engineers try, or how they call them physicians, you cannot replicate another human being. They can't make a human being like they discover things to fix cars. But you know that people have paid more values for cars than they have paid for human beings. People have sold human beings to buy cars. People have sold human beings to have money. So people have sold their happiness to have money. All these things are things that are permanent, things that will last now and life after. But people have sold it to have things that will last just for this life. Think how stupid that can be. That I give away permanent things to take temporal things. I give away my job of 50 years to take a job of 1 month. Because the 1 month job promised me a salary of 2 million, I gave away my job for 50 years because they were paying me 200,000 every month. So there are times that because of the pressure of life and the things that are facing you, we are tempted to give away our eternal things to achieve the present things. Your life has been meant to be a transformation to humanity and not a destructive element to humanity. There are some people who say, I'm faking it. There are people who are on TV, they call themselves gay, but they are not. But they just like the popularity that people will look at them and say, this man is a gay. And they have hundreds of millions of followers. And when you ask them, are you a gay? They say they are not. And really they are not. But why did you put on the portrait of a bad person when you are not the bad person? Because you wanted to make money. But you forget to understand that your making of money has become destructive to people. People have seen your lifestyle as a way of living. But to you say, no, you have not done anything wrong. Because when you choose a career because you want to make money, there is a tendency that you can be doing things that are destructive to people, but you don't know because to you are innocent. You are not really doing that thing. Other times you choose position over purpose. I was thinking of Jonathan and David. Jonathan is the son of Saul. If Saul dies, Jonathan should take the throne. But Jonathan will discuss with David to fight against his father. Why? Because he knew that David's purpose was to become the king. And he said, David, I know that I'm your personal assistant. That's what I know. And I'm happy to be your personal assistant as long as that is my purpose. When you follow the right purpose, you always have the right position in life. But when you want to go after position, there is a tendency that you'll be doing the wrong thing. Jonathan could be with his father and fight against David because he wanted to be the king. But he will be a king doing the wrong thing. How many times have we gone after position at the consequence of purpose? You only want to occupy a position in life, irrespective of whether you will be useful in that position or not. And maybe your purpose is something that people will not see. Your purpose is a background work that people will not see in that community. But you are part of it. But you say, no, as long as I'm doing this thing that... How many times have you been in churches where people are fighting to clean the floor? It's difficult, right? You hardly see people fighting in churches to clean the floor. You hardly see people fighting in the homes to clean it, but you see people fighting to become the successor. You hardly go to a company and see anybody fighting to be a cleaner, but everybody is fighting to become a manager. Because they are going after what? Position. And they are not going after purpose. Why would Jonathan leave a kingdom and choose to be a personal assistant to somebody that he should have been the king? Why? He was a boy who could think further. He was not carried away by money. He was not carried away by the pride of life. He said, David, if God has called you to be the king, I'm your best friend. And now for me to be a personal assistant to you, you must be a king. And as long, it's just like there's no first lady without a president. The only way the first lady has use is because there's a president. So Jonathan knows that his position is, I'll be a personal assistant to this man. And I will work with him to achieve what he has to achieve, because it is in what he has that I'll find my position. Other people have said that, don't work. If you're working, you will never make money. Become a boss of your own. That's motivational speaking. If everybody becomes the boss of their own, who will work? Not everybody is meant to be a boss of your own. You must not fulfill purpose only being a boss. Let all of us become bosses. All of us want to become president. All of us want to become manager. Who do you manage? You can be a subordinate here, you are fulfilling purpose and you are happy. You see, there is one man who is a manager and he's not sleeping at night, but his workers are sleeping at night. All of you are sleeping at night. Donald Trump cannot sleep. Why? He has to fight that virus. They are asking him questions as if he's a person who brought the virus. But he has to fight it. If you are the president, you have to fight for the people to be happy. And the people are sleeping. And you just come out and ask him any kind of question. And if you ask him that, has he taken his own test? Nobody has asked you that question. Nobody will force you to go and take a test. But you want to be the manager, they'll ask you. So you just go sometimes, you only want the position. And I want to be, people say I want to be like you. I say when you be like that person whosoever, know that is double. The pain and the joy. Stop saying you want to be like people and think only about the joy. They're having that joy because the pain was there. You can be wherever you are and you be useful to the society. You mustn't be in a position where everybody sees you. That's when you have to choose purpose over position. Purpose over money. If you choose purpose over money, money will follow you. But there is no guarantee that when you choose money, purpose will follow you. No, there's no guarantee. Because anytime you love money, they say you don't love God. And it's only in loving God that you can choose a purpose for life. He says, those who do the will of God will last forever. Physical exercise is good. But something is more important than physical exercise. I told you last week that making people to laugh is good. But it doesn't end there. I believe when the rich man was in heaven, his excuse should have been that he refused to give his life to Christ because of Lazarus. Because if I were him, obviously, I can't give my life to Christ looking at a child of God like that. How would I give my life to a God whose child is begging food in my house? When we are Christians and we don't train our spirits, we become an insult to Christianity. You are a Christian and you cannot train your spirit man. Nobody will see you like a Christian. You are a Christian, you cannot control your anger. You cannot control the way you talk. You cannot control the way to behave when people treat you bad. What will prove that you are a Christian? You get angry like every other person. Our prayer today was, God, help us to have a spiritual maturity. That's what I heard Sister Cousins pray. We have to be spiritually mature. You have to train your spirit. Train your spirit with the Word of God. Use the Word of God to transform your thinking. That I can start thinking like a child of God. I will not get up every day fighting only to eat. You don't live to eat. You are eating so you can be living. You are not living so every day you can eat. No. The reason you eat is to sustain you to live and fulfill purpose. So you don't get up and be fighting to acquire things to eat. You acquire things to use for your purpose. That is the job of someone who has purpose. I'm not thinking every day that I just have my 3 square meal, I'm okay, I can sleep. No. If I'm eating, it's because I want to live to do something to the human race. If I'm choosing this career, I'm asking myself questions of what importance is this career. And we shouldn't allow the devil to come into us. You can see a lame man who is successful. You can see a blind man who is successful. Do you know that? You can see a deaf, even someone who does not hear, who is successful. But there is no madman who is successful. If the devil changes the way you think, you have a problem. You really have a problem. And that is the only thing the devil will attack when he comes into our life. He will attack our thinking. He will change our purpose for living. Live for the pride of the world. Live for popularity. Live for money. Live to be known. That is what the devil will tell you. And when he does that, you will start doing actions to acquire those things. And what use is it to acquire things that will all pass away? That's the question. What use? What use is there? I wish that all of us could channel our lives in ways that will become extremely useful to humanity. That you will channel your life, you will do things that will become positively useful to humanity. People have aspired for jobs, and when they got the jobs, they became frustrated because they still felt empty. They still felt bored. They still felt they were not doing anything. Because when they were looking for a job, they didn't look for purpose in the job. And some people, when you look for purpose that will last only in the physicality, you still have a problem. Your purpose should last beyond the physical needs of humanity. Go beyond that. Don't end at providing help to people at their physical levels. Go beyond that. Learn to train people even at the level of their spirits. Do not only get into career that can train people physically. It will be profitable to them, but it goes beyond that. Imagine the way people train physically. If we apply just some of that energy to train our mind, imagine how far we can accomplish with God. Physical exercise is profitable. The more profitable is spiritual exercise, because it gives you a reward for the life you are living. You will be feeling fulfilled when you see that your life is an impact to humanity positively. First, that is a reward for your physical living. That you sit and see that, no, because of me, God has used me to do this, to change mankind, to do this and that. That is a reward that is a feeling that money can give you. And then again, when you die, you know, in the life after, God is going to reward me for what I did while I was living. But the physical exercise will only stop here. After you have won all the medals of the best boxer and you are tired at 50 and 60, they remove you. Some other person comes and start winning the same medals that you won. And when you die, they keep it all in your house. 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if they were hanging on the wall, as the president leaves the presidency, they remove his picture. Carries a picture and go to your house. And they put the other person. You get the point. It ends here. But there is something that goes beyond here. You have to have a mark that cannot be wiped away. And that is when you touch people beyond the physicality. You have a medal that can never be destroyed. That goes beyond. So I'm encouraging you that when you're making choices in life, right to the choices of marriage. See, somebody told me right there, I said, why are you always feeling tired? He said, Pastor, because I work too much. I have to pay bills. He says, that is why I just prayed that I get married soon. And I asked, how does getting married soon relate to the fact that you're always getting tired? He asked me that, don't you know? So you're just getting married so you can transfer your expenses to that poor man, that poor boy. How will you fulfill purpose in such a marriage? Because why are you getting married? I want to transfer my expenses to that man. Why are you getting married? I want to transfer the work at home to that woman. There is no way you can fulfill purpose in that marriage. Because you're just going for things that don't have use. So in every choice you make in life, like I'm telling you, you have to find a way to do God's will in that choice. Do you understand? Find a way to do God's will in your life choices, because it will profit you now and after. It's a very easy way to choose your careers. Choosing God first in your careers. It's very easy. So you don't have to ask yourself,
What was I created to do? Whatever you have found yourself, you are happy doing, you have to find a way that you be useful to God. Spiritual exercise is very important. And I encourage you that as you go about doing the physical things, always take a break and ask yourself spiritually, how far am I going with my mind? How far am I working hard because I can be a positive impact to humanity? Not just about us, not just about our families, no. Not just about positions, no. It's about purpose. Choose purpose over money. Choose purpose over big names. Choose purpose over titles. Do we understand? Choose purpose. And it will reduce fighting with one another. It will reduce jealousy. Because as long as you know what you are doing is what God has called you to do, why will you give a damn about what other person is doing or be feeling bad? You don't have to. You learn how to work together rather than working against. When you choose purpose, you learn to work because you know I can contribute A, that person can contribute B. So I need A. No, tire cannot be fighting with the chassis of the car. Everything becomes useless. So you learn to blend with people when you know your purpose. That's the only time you can happily blend with people. When you know what you are called to do. But when you don't know what you are called to do, that's when you start fighting with people. Fighting over position. Fighting over things that you will go and leave them. You know what? You go and leave them. That's the sentence. Nobody is judging you with that one. There are things that you should learn to know. Things that are when you see things that are true, accept it early enough. You should know that you'll be born and then you'll die. Die is more certain than even delivery. Everybody must die. You know. So when you know that, you really define what is useful to your life is what you do while you are alive. That is what is useful. When I'm alive, what am I doing? And you do it perfectly to give glory to God. Not going to school because they say I should go to school. No? Not just having this job because I can pay my bills. That is so limited. It's a limited thinking. Think beyond the physical. Think to the life that is after the physical. Think to things that will profit you year and year after. Not only those things that will fill your pocket. I was discussing with somebody said, Pastor, Cameroonians, they can lie. I said, what happened? He said, can you imagine the minister said the suitcase of money got missing in the plane? I said, what happened? Did they come out to push the plane that the plane got bad in the air? The other one who said they come to catch you, you burn all the money at home. Why were you keeping the money? And now you are burning it. You get someone. And you go to some of those people's villages, there are no schools. There are no roads, but they are burning money. That's the stupidity of following money. There are times people are dying and some people are keeping cure to the sickness they are having. Do you know that? Sure. Yeah, it happens. When you go after money, the Bible says you will do all manner of wicked things. That is just the truth. When we follow money, those who love God, it's very clear here. Those who love money, the love of the Father is not in them. And what would they do? They will begin to take permanent things. Things that money can afford. And sell them to take things that money can afford. But as we are changing the way we think, I will believe that you and I will not go food that will perish. We'll learn to work for food that will last even after we are gone. Hallelujah. We'll learn to work for food that will last even after we are gone. So learn to do your bodily exercise as much as you can. And use it as a measuring tape to measure your spiritual life. Ask yourself, when I stay a day, I don't eat, I don't drink water. How am I feeling physically? I'm going down. That's what happens when we leave our spirits unfed. Just get up and say, I'm feeling bad. You don't know why I'm feeling down. It's because your spirit man is gone. It's starving. Learn to pray. Learn to talk to God in prayers in your cold moments. When you have challenges, learn to talk to God. Some people do their challenges is physical, all the time. But we must learn that I would fight the devil by bringing down all strong imaginations with the word of God. When the devil comes to your mind and gives you things to think about that are not godly, you cannot box the thoughts. You have to use God's word to suppress those thoughts. And it's every day, every second business, because every day your minds are being fed by bad things. By the TV, by the radio, every day. By what you see, you are being fed by negative things. So you have to be spiritually equipped to constantly fight these things. That's why spiritual exercise is far profitable. Hallelujah. And I pray for you that God will keep you conscious of the fact that you live for purpose and you're not living for money. That you live for purpose and you're not living for position. That you live for purpose and you're not living for popularity. The good thing about purpose is that it will make you popular, it will give you position, it will give you popularity, it will give you money. But the other ones will never